so-called Negro community has shocked the white man by resisting all efforts to divide us. I think that you and I should continue to shock him by staying and working together in unity, despite religious, political, economic, or educational or social differences.
My people are terrified. We've been terrorized to the point that we're mentally and spiritually paralyzed. We suffered through centuries of dehumanization and degradation. It took the form of slavery and segregation in this land of the free, where oppression's government sanctioned. We're subjected to systemic skin color discrimination, from black codes to Jim Crow to black criminalization. It's been 400 years, it's time for our liberation. We're a nation within a nation, victims of colonization. Where's our revolution and Independence Day celebration? Cause what's the 4th of July to the slave on the plantation? And slavery didn't end, they just changed its implementation. Just check the 13th Amendment, then you'll see why so many black males end up as guilty defendants. The system isn't broken, it's working as it's intended. So I'm not here to fix it, I'm here to end it.
And then again, if we tell you that Negroes are being hung on the tree or being shot down illegally, unjustly, and those Negroes should do something to protect themselves, you say you're advocating violence.
I won't rest till this nightmare we're living in ends, and we see justice for our murdered young innocent men. If black lives really matter, black people need the proof. Cause we are the only ones responsible for our improvement. How can we leave it to someone else to do what's best for us, especially when there's someone else has historically been oppressing us? We can't use a system built to enslave us to free us, and we really sick if we think that they white Jesus can heal us. Our children need us to defend them, teach them and guide them, show them love and bring out the greatness that is deep inside them. Are we gonna build a nation or stay on the plantation? Keep begging for our freedom or fight for our liberation?
When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, he didn't say get nonviolent. He said praise the Lord, but pass the ammunition.
We must be willing to die together, or we'll definitely die separately. We desperately need unity if liberation is our destiny. If we don't know our history, then we doomed to repeat it. White supremacy is the enemy, but together we can defeat it. They stole us from the motherland, sold us into slavery, forced us to work for them. They got the nerve to call us lazy. In this caste system, we're outcasts, still treated as second class. But I can feel it in the air, revolutions in the forecast. We came for greatness, but they don't want us to know. So they hid our history to keep us under control. All it takes is to take a stand. The enemy's not invincible, but we must come together as one nation indivisible.
20 million black people don't even know their own language. Why? Because he took it away from them. 20 million black people who don't even know the history of their ancestors. Why? Because he took it away from them. And if you're trying to tell them how thoroughly and completely they've been robbed, he says you're teaching hate. That's something to think about. Today you are coming out of college. You're coming out of the leading university. You're trying to go in a good direction, but you don't know which direction to go in.
All right, family. So, this happened to run across my feed. And when I saw this foolishness, I said, oh boy, I have to take the time to address this for the young sisters in our community that have some sense, that would like to understand the do's and don'ts of conducting business, because this is something you just don't do. Okay. A lot of y'all like to run around out here talking about getting the bag and getting to the bag, getting to the bag. And you think that there are no rules that applies to getting to the bag. Sometimes you mess up your own money that way. But you know what? With that said, we're going to get into what we're talking about. So we're going to go ahead and break this down thoroughly and show you why this is a very dumb thing to do.
I'd like to take a minute to discuss the harsh reality that Black content creators face. I recently lost out on a 5-figure brand deal for posting this picture with this caption.
Y'all see that, right? We see the picture that she posted, and she's sitting up here complaining about it. I just want y'all to see it.
Nowhere in the contract were there any stipulations given around what kind of content I could post, except for the branded content, which would be approved by the company. As for my personal content, nothing was said. After posting that picture and posting that caption, I received a phone call from my agent saying that the company thought it was inappropriate.
Yes, dumbass. Because see, if you're going to conduct business, young ladies, listen to me. Those of you so concerned with getting the bag, you want to get out here and try to do what men do and try to get to the money. First thing you need to understand are the rules of the game. When you enter into a business deal, because that's what that is, a business deal with a company or corporation, you better have in the beginning conversations about what that brand is and if it's appropriate. Now, if you working for a strip club, they don't care about you jumping online, posting pictures with your fucking ass hanging out. If you dealing with something that doesn't have anything to do with promoting flesh like that, then yes, they look at you as a bad representation for their brand, and they have every right to boot your ass up out of any contract that they make with you. What has happened to society today where grown people that should be able to conduct themselves with some type of common sense and reasoning have to be told not to do things like this? If you conducting business, even a dog have sense enough not to shit where it sleep. Listen to this health and then try to frame it as something that Black content creators go through. No, you're not going to hide behind that. Let's let her continue.
And I just want to take a second to unpack that. When I read that caption, I read a playful articulation of the love I have for my man. It's been generally agreed upon by the Black community for decades that the N-word isn't derogatory. It's a term of endearment.
First off, see what she trying to play past? She trying to play past the part. She's sitting up here with her ass all tooted out, and that this company may not want that associated with their brand. And then you going to turn around and try to start talking about the N word and all of that. See, this is how I can tell. This is how you can tell those of you that do have dudes that y'all ain't with dudes that's worth a damn. Because see, a man would tell his woman, hey, whoa, listen, first things first. If you're going to be my woman and I got any kind of standards, you're not going to have your ass hanging out on the internet. I don't give a damn what you got going on. Now, you can do it, but you won't do it with me. And secondly, if you trying to conduct business, your man going to be like, hey, babe, whoa, wait a minute. Nah, don't do this. Don't you think that might not be a good look? But see, these are the ones that you can't tell anything, brothers and sisters. And I'm particularly talking to you young sisters. Again, this is what you do not want to be. This is a fucking moron. This is an idiot right here. I'm going to let this fool keep talking.
And that brings us to the photo. Yet again, when I look at this picture, I see playfulness. I see a Black girl living her best life, having fun.
You can see whatever you want to see, but that does not determine what the company sees that was trying to do business with your ignorant ass. You say you fucked up a 5-figure brand deal and you know you probably need the money, all because you want to do what you want to do. See, I'm going to tell y'all something, sisters. In life, everybody has to follow rules. I'm going to do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. You're not going to do that with other people, business in their company. They're not going to let you fuck up their image that they've sit here and they built these companies for years and decades. They're not going to let you come in there and fuck up their bottom line because you got that kind of childish mentality. And then notice what she said. A grown person talking about having fun. Okay, you got a choice to make. If you want to have fun over getting to the bag, or if you can't choose something where you can have fun and get to the bag, you're going to have some issues as an adult. Let's let this idiot keep talking.
There's nothing inappropriate about it to me, especially not in the world we live in today.
That's the goddamn problem right there. Nothing is inappropriate about it to you because too many of you think it's normal for you to have your fucking ass hanging out online. See, let me ask you something. Today, a lot of you complain, because I know this don't apply to the greater majority of sisters that come over here. Y'all got good common sense. But to any of you listening to this, you complain about how you're treated and how you looked at in society by men. But then you don't have any value or self-respect for yourself. Pictures like that are something that's shared intimately between you and your partner. You don't put that online. What is this need for you to devolve yourself to just how your ass looks online as if that's all to you? Because that's what you communicating to the whole world. I love the female figure, but this out of control behavior where y'all don't think that there's a time and a place for you to take your damn clothes off, that's something you keep behind closed doors. And I'm going to tell you, young sisters, something. For those of you that do want men out here, be the opposite of this. Make sure that if you got social media, okay, and somebody look you up, people don't know what your bare naked ass look like. You want to impress these young brothers today and actually stand out from the crowd, make sure your social media ain't got no pictures like that up there. He should have to get into an intimate setting with you to find out what you look like up under your clothes. Real talk. You ain't got to listen to me. Go ahead and be hard-headed, but I'm going to tell you one thing about it. Life going to show you better than I can tell you. Let's let the fool keep talking.
For centuries, Black women's bodies have been scrutinized, they've been picked apart, they've been deemed unworthy, they've been deemed inappropriate, and this is yet again an extension of that rhetoric. It's the hypersexualization of the Black female body which has led to this very conversation.
You're hypersexualizing yourself when you do that. Nobody forced you to get up there with your fucking ass hanging out. That's you. That's a you decision. This is where taking accountability comes into play, brothers and sisters. This is disgusting to see you grown, a grown person, not taking responsibility for your actions. That is the most disgusting, unattractive thing ever to a man with his shit together. You want to be by yourself? Conduct yourself like this idiot right here. Because see, what she's doing right here, her judgment on this matter, you better believe how you do one thing is how you do all things. This type of idiot right here, if you took her and made her your wife or was just even in a long-term relationship with her, she will cost you so many things because her judgment is the reasoning of a child. Because I want to do it, I should be able to have fun. A man that has built something up has no use for a heifer with this mindset. Let me let the fool keep talking.
The only way someone else could deem this as inappropriate is if they projected their sexual desires onto me.
No, ma'am. Someone can deem it inappropriate in a business deal with you if it does not look good for their brand and their company, you damn moron.
Or if they projected their underlying judgments onto me, which is what we call prejudice.
See, this is the other thing that we find disgusting about this behavior. When you're at fault with something and you're corrected about it, you start trying to gaslight and project as if the other person that corrected your ignorant ass is in the wrong. That makes no damn sense. You go through your life living like this as a young woman, you're going to have a hard road to hoe. Because see, the reason why a lot of you end up doing this till you get to her age, you go off of how attractive you are. And most people don't tell attractive women the truth. A lot of men out here today, they see an attractive woman, they ain't going to tell you the truth about nothing that you got going on wrong. They'll sit there and allow you to continue in your bad behavior and your foolish behavior because they want to get something out of you. But see, a man that's worth a damn, he gonna pull your coat to and be like, hey, look, nah, that ain't a good look. Don't do this. You should reconsider this. He gonna tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. That's a man with some substance and a backbone, a quality brother. I'm gonna let this moron continue.
Now, typically I would brush that off and say that's a you problem, but it becomes a me problem because it threatens my livelihood. Just the same way these systems.
Your bad decision making, fool, not a mistake, because there's a difference between a mistake and a bad decision. Your bad decision making threatens your livelihood. You don't have sense enough to understand that if a company is running a certain business and you up there doing that is bad for their business, of course they're going to get rid of you. What make you think that they're going to risk their reputation and bad press because you too damn stupid to realize you're supposed to carry yourself with some type of decency if you're doing business with people?
Oppression have threatened the livelihood of Black women for centuries. Furthermore, you want access to my audience, which is mostly Black women, without actually having a full appreciation for Black culture.
No, ma'am. Time out right there. Sisters, let me tell you something right now. For the men, we take care of business with the men, and we a man can't be this irresponsible and unaccountable amongst other men. See, you got the brothers out there that try to do that, but guess what? They don't get to come. They don't get to come into old school traditional alpha male circles where if you try to bring that bullshit amongst us and you're responsible for something, every man in that group is going to check you. We're not going to coddle you and say don't judge you. Oh, we going to judge your ass. Because, see, we understand that in our community, there's a shortage. There's a shortage of common sense. There's a shortage of people that are productive and capable of like leadership, because like, here's the thing. The problem is when you sit here and coddle people in their bad behavior, like the greater majority of a lot of women do in our community, this is what you get. And then try to lump other Black women in as if, okay, your stupidity is a reflection of them. Sisters, y'all better draw a sharp demarcation between you and these morons like this. Because, see, these are the ones right here, no matter how pretty they look, brothers with standards, they're invisible to us. We don't even see idiots like this because we're thinking, okay, not only are you being a moron as far as your personal issues, if I take you on board my ship, you're going to cause harm and danger to what I built up. So you don't get on board. These are the ones that brothers will sit there and lay up with, if anything, and then just send you on your way. And I'm going to tell you right now, you shouldn't do that because you mess around and get this moron pregnant. Man, listen, let's let her keep talking.
Why is it that what's considered appropriate or professional is always adjacent to whiteness? You want the activist part of me that's articulate and intelligent, but that's just one side of my Black girl.
Time out. There's nothing articulate and intelligent about that damn photo you just posted or anything you just said. Because see, trying to equate you with your ass hanging out, and I wonder if she's LBA or not. She may be, but nonetheless, no matter what she is, this is ignorance. You don't lump this on Black American culture. Because, see, there was a time in our community with the stuff that you see going on today. Yes, society has changed, but these women wouldn't even be caught dead doing that. You couldn't go and find women up here if they had social media. If it was social media existed back then, you wouldn't even see women up here posting shit like that back then because the culture and the standards were different. Women like that separated themselves, you know, from sisters that had some sense because, see, they separated themselves by their actions. The town whore, the town harlot, she was looked down upon. She wasn't celebrated. Today, we have a celebration of whore culture, and particularly it hurts our community because, see, what happens is when you celebrate whore culture, you got people talking about don't slut shame, this, that, and the third. The dominant society will enforce and fund and propagate that message because it destroys the healthy mindset of women in our community that are the first teachers of our children that would be mothers. They think long game. They think warfare, social and strategic warfare. And this moron right here, this ain't it. This ain't it, brothers and sisters. This not. Let's let her keep talking.
Magic. Because the other side of me knows how to turn up and throw this ass. And that's what I'm going to do. We don't have to.
That's fine. You can do that. You can turn up and throw your ass. And they got the right to throw your ass up out of any deal that they made with your ignorant ass. See, for me, When I look at our sisters, automatically, especially men from my generation, we like to give you the benefit of the doubt of being intelligent, of being capable, of being decent women. When we see women like this is the disappointment to not only us, but our collective as a community. There's nothing to celebrate about this type of moron. You are a pathetic soul of a woman if all you have to value is your ass. Everywhere you see today, motherfuckers in our community just can't stop twerking. And a lot of them are non-FBA, but we got FBA women doing it too. You don't know when to exercise appropriate behavior. Shit that's supposed to be for the privacy of your bedroom or your own home. Don't have no sense of self-esteem or pride about how you come out the house and the way you look. Even getting online, some of these people here, you can see them, they just don't have no personal pride or self-respect. What the fuck happened to y'all, man? And this moron actually thinks she's saying something smart. Let her continue.
Right, who we are in order to please these companies. We don't have to erase or hide any aspect of our personality in order to get these bags. If you can't handle me at my back that ass up, you don't deserve me at my I have a dream.
Did y'all hear this fucking moron? If you can't handle me at my back, my ass up, you don't deserve me at my I have a dream. What you call a dream is a nightmare for our community. Sisters, understand something. As women in our community, you are supposed to be the moral anchors of the community. You think back to our great honorable sisters that didn't have to show their ass to get recognized or get a bag or be recognized and respected internationally. Dr. Frances Cress Wilson, Sister Fannie Lou Hamer, Sister Ida B. Wells, okay? Sister Mary Ellen Pleasant. I can name on and on. Even our freedom fighters like our Queen Mother Assata Shakur, Coretta Scott King, Betty Shabazz. When you say those women's names that I just mentioned, and there's scores more, the first thing that a man hears when we hear those names, we go, okay, that's exactly the kind of women we want at our side. And don't get me wrong, if you're going to be a man and have that kind of woman that are the equivalent of the names I just mentioned at your side, you got to be a specific type of man. You got to be a Malcolm X. You got to be a Martin Luther King. You got to be brothers that have some type of standards that will qualify you to have a woman that meets the criteria of what the women that I just named. See, when we think about those kinds of women, when men hear their names, we think self-respect, intelligence, pride, power. You're not going to get that from women that sound like this. And see, I wonder, did she have a father in her life? Because Lord knows she probably didn't. And if she did, and he was the type of man to try to raise her with some type of sense, these are the knuckleheads that buck against everything that they're being taught because they think that their father's being harsh or he's oppressive. No, fool. He's trying to instill decency into you so that when you go out into the world, you get a decent man. Because I guarantee you, listening to the way she talking about, I'm going to throw this ass and all of that, the man that she with is a simp. He's a simp. Because see, no man worth a damn is going to sit up here and be okay with his woman talking like this or doing this online. Men that are worth a damn, ladies, understand something. Those of us that are worth a damn, we are very possessive about our women. Very possessive. We expect you to have sense enough to know that your body, if you're going to be in a committed relationship with us and we protect and provide for you, that's for our eyes only, goddammit. And if you don't have sense enough to recognize that, we don't deal with you in any serious manner. Really don't. Men are going to be men. Yeah, they'll live with you all day long, but they won't respect you. You can't get respect, ladies, by carrying yourself in a disrespectful fashion. Everything about how she carries herself is disrespectful. It's disrespectful to her. It's disrespectful to her family. It's disrespectful to the company that she tried to do business with. And I'm not putting the cape on for the white companies. What I'm saying is I want our women, especially, okay, black people, period, but especially our young women that's talking about getting the bag, be smart enough to know how to get the damn bag. She didn't even have sense enough to get her payment from completing the assignment and then go and do something stupid like that. Make sure you get your money in your hand first, knucklehead. Then you're going to flip it around and try to blame them. Because, see, I want y'all to understand the importance of taking accountability, ladies. Understand that that's a strength. That's not a weakness. When you are wrong about something and somebody try to pull your coattails and check you, that's for your benefit as a person, because you only gain wisdom and understanding and power from growing from your mistakes. You can never grow from your mistakes if you don't ever admit that you made them. That's one of the main differences between men and women. Yes, I went there, goddammit. Because more often than not, as men, due to the way society treats us as black men, we have to take accountability. It's not an option for us. We can't afford to live in a fantasy world lying to ourselves and coddling other men around us, because we know that in this society, our race is our team, and war has been declared upon our community as black people. So we know that our best chance for survival, no matter how strong we make ourselves as individuals, no matter how financially stable we are as individuals, we know that we cannot fight this battle by ourselves. So the black man next to me, I got to make sure he hold himself accountable for what he do wrong. And he got to do the same for me. A lot of you women today, like her, y'all tend to just look the other way. Got a lot of y'all out here won't even address heifers like this, talking about you scared of them and you don't want to receive no backlash. I don't want to hear that shit, because a lot of y'all will run right up in a man's face the minute that he says something you don't like. But you can't check these other women or run up on them. See, ladies, that's y'all half of the community cleanup. We can call it out, but it's up to y'all to go ahead and say, look, if need be, shit, we gonna get some straightening here. And y'all know what I mean when I say that. Each of us has a role to play in cleaning up our community. And we cannot let the trash on either gender, like this heifer or any man, misrepresent our people. It's time for us to stand up and take control and claim our image back and shape it into what it should be. We are a dignified people. We are not represented by trash in our community. Just like we're delineating from these damn non-FBA tellers that misrepresent us, we're going to have to delineate from some FBA people that misrepresent us. Because if this woman is FBA, this is not what we promote and condone in our community. Be smarter than this out here, sisters. Brothers, you're going to have to hold the line and take a stand. We're going to have to do our part to call it out and back up any sisters that have the backbone to step up and challenge these heifers like this. That's it. I'm going to close it right there. Like, share, subscribe. Black first. I'll see you all in future content. Celebrate the foundational Black American culture of freedom fighting and resistance with the first annual Aretasase 5K run. This cultural experience will honor our FBA ancestors and icons while harnessing energy from our past to power our future. There will be security at this event to ensure everyone has a safe and enjoyable experience. Aretasase Run is a cultural event for family and friends. Strollers and wheelchairs are welcome. The in-person event will include a free 1-mile fun walk and will be held on December 17th in Tampa, Florida. Unable to make the live event, you can also participate virtually anywhere from December 17th to December 30th. All registered participants will receive the official Aretasase Run finisher medal, t-shirt, and more, with the ability to upload their race time to the official site. Live event participants will receive the time race scores, professional finisher photo, video, and your name will be announced as you're welcomed across the finish line. Enjoy the post-race after party and refuel with a traditional FBA breakfast. You can also help us settle fun family debates like sugar or salt and grits. Prepare with family workouts and runs and post on social media using the hashtag Aretasase Run. For registered info and sponsorship opportunities, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Click the link in the bio. Hope to see you.